Hi world. I realized something today. I realized something about myself that I never thought I would realize. And that is that my core beliefs and values line up with punk. The punk mindset of I don't give a fuck about what you say. I don't give a fuck about what you think. I don't give a fuck about your rules and regulations. And then I started to realize that might just be my new label. I'm gonna start calling myself a punk woman because I feel like this really resonates with me, especially on the online fashion community. People will label you. And if you dress like I do, people will bully you if you do not conform to them. However, there is one label that really doesn't take that shit, just like I always never took any shit from anybody. And it's called being a punk. It's called punk. And I sat there and I really realized it today because I was like, you know what? I'm just a punk woman. And nobody ever calls themselves that because they ain't. Because they do listen to other people. Punk people don't have people that they listen to. Punk people don't listen to anybody but themselves. They do what they want. They believe in whatever they want. Politics-wise, punk ain't about politics. The only politics that punk has is that you listen to yourself. That's it. And that's not even politics. So don't come at me telling me punk's about politics. You already know that ain't true. And if you thought it was, you ain't punk, so get the hell away from me. But anyway, the whole fact of the matter is, this is it. I'm bringing it back. And I love it. I love the word punk. I love it. It really resonates with my whole being. Now, I didn't go into the whole history of punk. I really don't give a shit. The whole thing, the whole core beliefs is that you do whatever you want. And that's it. That's literally what I've always done. And I will continue to do that. But now I feel like I have a secure label for the internet. Because it's mostly for the internet. Because in reality, in real life, I don't care what people call me. But on the internet, it seems to be a big issue. And on the internet, I'm a punk woman. I will be punk on the internet as long as I breathe. Also, there's a lot of people that dress this way and ask other people's permission to be called goth or to be called emo. No, you don't ask other people's permission. You do it. You do it. You govern yourself. You have all the rules and regulations that you need for yourself in your own head. And that's pretty much the gist of what punk is. So if you feel like you don't fit in anywhere with emo, goth, you know what? I felt that way too. And then I realized, no, I'm just punk. You know, I really am. That's my label. That's where it all started too. So it's really ironic that these crazy hooligans are out here going, oh, you have to listen to this to be goth. You have to do this to be emo. No, you don't. And I'm still gonna call my style whatever I want. But at the core of my being on the internet, I'm a punk woman. And if you ever get confused as to what I am because I like to call myself whatever I want, that's where my core beliefs come from. And if you sit there and you're a little goth and you got a little problem with what I believe in, you better look back in time because punk created goth. GOTH should not be political. GOTHs should not govern other GOTHs. No, they shouldn't. Because GOTH started with punk. And punks don't listen to anybody. No, they don't. So, that's it. I'm bringing it back. That's my goal today, is to bring it back. And I really don't care what people say. Like, I never will. You already know, but I'm sitting here explaining it for people because there's so many people on the internet governing other people because they want to dress this way. Well, guess what? You can do whatever you want in the punk scene. Yes, you can. You can be a communist. You can do anything you want. I don't care. Nobody does, because if you're a punk, you don't have authority. Nobody has authority over you. Nobody is your ruler. Nobody will tell you what to do. And if they do, you don't listen. And if you will listen, then you're not punk. Because punks don't do that. Are you? Are you going to sit here and listen to me tell you that? That's the question. If you're going to sit here and think that you're a punk, and then listen to me tell you that you're not a punk if you do this, are you going to listen to me? Because the answer should be no. And you should do whatever you want. That's really it. You should do whatever you want, because that's literally the punk mindset. And on the internet, labels maybe are everything in the fashion community. Especially in the goth subculture, which came from punk. Excuse me? If anything, I'm the OG. Because I don't care what other people think. I don't care what other people tell me what I can and can't do. No, I don't. And that's a very punk mindset. Thank you. And I will continue to tell everybody on the internet to stop. Stop listening to these hooligans. They want to control you. They want to be the goth queen. But it's sad because punk and goth aren't the same anymore. And at one point in time, they were probably pretty similar way back in the day. And now it's turned into a shard fest full of imbeciles that like to control other people. And that ain't it. The original piece of the puzzle was punk, okay? Punks don't listen. Punks don't conform to society. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and research all of the shit that punk had in their history. I don't care about that. I don't care about the old punk bands. I don't care. I'm gonna do me. This is literally it. I'm not an old punk. I'm a new punk. And punk was dead for a long time. And I think there's still punks out there. They just don't know that they're punks. Or they just don't care. And that's great. But on the internet, I'm on the internet. And when you're on the internet in the fashion community, people like to bully you if you don't listen. So I'm gonna just take a step back in time and label myself something that started it all. And hopefully they'll sit there and realize that they're imbeciles. And that's all I have to say. Goodbye.